Hello, my name is Marta Alexandrovna. I'm artist, model, facialist, I don't know, in many different points. Usually I just tell I'm artist. It's very interesting story. So back to 2017, when I'm trying to enter to Academy of Art, I couldn't make it. And that moment my city was around blocked because of the bombing, big fire. It was very dangerous to back. So when I called to my mom, and she told me, please don't back. And that time I had my visa for United States already on my hands. But that time, like I thought I'm gonna come to US after 2 years because I was in my plan to study in Milan for 2 years. So it just happened. I couldn't back to home, and I decided to go to Miami. So my career as a model, actually, first time I came to the model agency, I was 12 years old. I'm already dreaming to become a model from very young age. I like to posing, video, and everything. But that time in my country doesn't work very well because first of all, by law, plus agencies was kind of strange. So that time my mom make a research and was that time very dangerous because it was human traffic. And she told me forget it. And then from my 18 years old, when I visit Turkey, some of the manager of the leather shop, they found me, like they came to me and asked, oh, you're so pretty, you would like to work with us? I thought it just compliments because I'm a pretty girl. But then on the dinner from the manager of the hotel, it was like some community of the people, and they told me, so what do you think about this work proposal? I thought it's like a joke. So first year I was scared because it's outside of the country work. And the next year I called to them and they took me for summertime to work in the leather shop to be as a model for to be in store because it was like 4-floor store. They doing the full leather clothes, everything with leather and fur, and we did a show for the hotel. So it was like more mannequin modeling. It was like a full-time job for 12 hours on the hills every day. And then when I was 21, I saw some casting in Ukraine in Lviv city, and I came. Actually, the casting wasn't right, but during my trip, because the first time was in those city, I met the people who have connection to different agencies, and they proposed to me, please come. So after that failure casting or fakely casting, because it's a lot of castings for the models, and you don't know this true job or this something, you don't know where you go usually. Um, so I came to real agency. It was called Lviv Fashion Week Model Agency. Plus, it was organization Lviv Fashion Week. So I used to work with them 3 years for the big stage, long stage with all Ukrainian brands and designers for 3 years. And then I back to my hometown again. I tried myself on TV on Kiev, and just the war start, the whole revolution was like I'm trying to take a job, everything was not nice way, and I make a decision. I found some the same it was a platform for the models, so I found the job in China as a model. So it was everything safety with work visa with like I don't know, the old package of living, and it's the same, it was contracts, so working every day wherever they want. It means jewelry, clothes, any show. Like I was like a demonstration model for every type of clothes or products. Of course, I think even your homeland, it's a swamp. You're gonna miss it. But my homeland, it's not swamp. It's like um, I was grow up from very small, beautiful city. It's called Vinica. It's like a center of Ukraine. It's a heart of the Europe continent. That's why we have a Europe days, and we celebrate it. Yeah, we have river, forest, nice food. maybe a little bit far from the sea, but I think it's good. The same, we have 4 seasons, like I don't know how to tell you. It's a part of the culture, and the same. I grew up there. I used to finish very nice school, university. I have a chance to take some very nice education wherever I want. I painting since my childhood. Like it was one part of my toys because my father, he is a national artist of Ukraine, and I painting many different type of art materials like pastel, ink, watercolor, pencils, and then when I was 17, I tried first time oil, and this is was love from the first touch. I understood it's completely my material. I can make more, I can create more, and it was amazing. Then I start to learn and research more deep how to do it. I just like it. It just a lot of ideas in my head, like, and I want to put them on the paper first time. Like, I don't know, during my school time, every time I'm painting on my copybooks, I put like we used to make a newspaper for the wall every week, every month. So I'm the one who used to do it in my classroom, and I don't know, I just like it. I just like to painting, like to create something beautiful. Also the same, not just painting, to create something like flowers or sewing, to do the bags, to do the clothes. Like to choose my profession in the very beginning, it was not easy because I want to be designer, I want to be architecture, then I want to be a doctor. Um, it was not easy, and just happened how happened. He passed away already. As he was a national artist of Ukraine, so he did it's handmade called gobelin.
Do you think that is true?
I think first of all he started to study in Lviv in Academy of Art. The time when I was in project already, I was in my mom belly, so I don't think so. Some people tell me like it's hygienic. I'm sorry, genetic. So some part of genetics. So I tell you, like my mom, the same painting. My grandmother from my mom mother, she was architecture, and she used to teach children how to build houses. Also, she used to paint. She did sewing, a lot of things. My father, he chose that profession, and I'm very proud of him because he showed him professionalism. Because to create a habilion like for 2 and 4 meters, it was take for him like 3 4 years around. That's why everything the him like master place was at home in one of our room because we have 4 rooms apartment, and it was a lot of materials, it was a lot of books, a reproduction of the famous artists. Of course I used to look every books. So I think from the very child time it was go inside of me the some culture of the and my style and the taste of the art, and the but technology in the oil I start to learn after 17. So my parents, they was separately from my 8 years old, so I didn't talk to my father for a long time, and it's like some family issue I cannot explain, I cannot respond for him. But I know for sure, like when I did my personal exhibition, my hometown was a lot of like the same national artists came. They tell like your father should, he will be proud of you because you did it. Um, I think it's some type of what I learned from him. It's to be patient. It means to create art. It's not a quick job. For example, if you have some idea, you have to go through many stages, many steps to create some one art piece. It's no anybody exactly teach me. I just used to sit and paint. So when I was very child, like I usually sit with my father during he create him job, and I used to play, but play on the paper and painting. And when I was child, I create very some crazy ideas. So it can be compared to the young Picasso, very nice like jokely faces, if you remember young Picasso. So I did very similar portraits. I remember I like to paint portraits when I was child. Maybe it was some type of animals. And also he teach me, for example, he grabbed like an apple and he said, look at this apple. What you can see in this apple? Maybe there have some beautiful pictures or maybe some colors looks like or remind you some animal. So he teach me to look to something and find the unique or maybe to, for example, when you look to the clouds, you can see like crocodile, right? So it's the same exercise for your imagination.
Awesome.
Maybe this is what helped to me also. And then like I don't know, any different style, for example, pastel, if you know what is mean pastel.
Yeah.
So the same, I used to paint with very expensive pastel. And once I read from the one newspaper about very famous photographer from Discovery magazine, and it was tell like it just because my father already gave me very professional camera like since my 3 5 years old. That's why I jump over. The same I can compare just because I start to paint with very professional materials. That's why I'm already feel how it's supposed to be, and that's why I never go for some cheaper materials. Mostly the flowers. It was just staying at home. I don't know. For me, it's like celebration of something. Every time I have very good mood, and usually in my hometown, the position of my school, it was straight to the one of the biggest flower shop in the city. So every day I go through flowers. It was already good mood, and I go back after school same good mood because you see the flowers, you can smell it, and different design type of flowers. So usually I used to stay and look every single time, and the season of the flowers also, we have summer flowers, we have spring flowers, we have autumn flowers, plus we have flowers import from the Holland. It's many different variation of the flowers, and at that time for me it was very expensive actually to buy flowers. So, and if someone like present to you flowers, it was very unique and special time. That's why some of the flowers I just paint from nature, how they are in lifetime. For example, this one and the tulips. But some of the flowers I have just from my imagination, just my ideas. Like I don't know, they just in my head. For example, like a blue idea, it was inspiration when I visit Jerusalem in Israel. It was stay like line of the globes, and they was decorating with the different styles. So one of the globe, it was like with the flowers, white and blue. And I tell to myself, okay, I have to paint the blue flowers. So that's why I paint them. It was very simple, but during make it, it wasn't simple because I spent a lot of time to create them, and like that. And a lot of people like that job because that artwork, because I don't know, people have very good feeling. I cannot tell to myself right now I'm like a big level artist because I still growing up. But I think it's already um, my dream come true because first time for the 6 years I create here a solo exhibition, and I'm very proud of myself because I go through many steps, through many group exhibition, through many interviews with the gallery. Somebody like my art, somebody don't like my art, even to put just for sale. And I think right now it's just very first step to continue my big goal, what I wanted to do. And the goal in art, if you would like to sell, how I understood, you should become famous. Many years I used to scare to be famous, but now I feel inside of me like, okay, if it's, I have to be, so I have to be. Plus, big challenge to be an artist is to have enough money to create art because all of the materials very expensive. And when, like for example, you create enough art, it's already time to sell them. but it doesn't go through selling, and you don't know maybe what I did wrong. Um, so to find the place or to find your buyer for the art, it's a big challenge for the artist. So many years ago, I thought, oh, I need just a manager. I'm just gonna create art, and somebody else have to handle it. But then, through many years, I tried to find this person, and I didn't find it. So, like 2 years ago, I met people, and they told me, the reality is, if you're artist, you have to do everything by yourself, and this is very hard. But right now, for example, it's very unique time because all my paintings in the one place, and right now I'm gonna do the appointments with all my previous contacts. Like, okay, you can come and look in real life the art, how it's look like. So to do this in nice way, like in gallery, not in home, not to bring somewhere the art, like in the all condition, how it's supposed to be uh, viewing on the art, the look to the art should to be in gallery, it should to be space from the left to the right side, doesn't mix in, for example, like a group exhibition, everything very tiny, free space, it, and you cannot see the art. Usually you have to look the art, and from the left to the right it should be 1 yard, and then you can look at relaxedly to understand what the mood of the painting, what do you like it, you don't like it. You can see the colors completely because we have reflection of the colors, which is come to the another art. So yeah, I think the best moment we had 8th of March this year, because it wasn't just like opening, it was together with a show. But in my experience, I start to show my art since 2013, and like right now I learn a lot. So I'm already organized all my art. I already have online gallery shop which was cast for me. Plus I but many years ago, since 2016, I already have my first catalog. Now it's time to create a new one because I have already more new collections, and I want to put them all together, like to book about me as an artist. And yeah, I think the most what I'm proud, I finally organized my art. I finally did my solo exhibition here in United States, in Miami. And it's not like you just trying, not like you just have some couple pieces and you tell, I'm a little artist. um for the artists, usually for participate to do the solo show, you should have rules. That's why we have academy and university of the art. So for the solo exhibition, usually should to be around 30 pieces of art, so people can see who you are. And how I knew it, every year you have to create these 30 pieces, a minimum.
Right.
To go to these numbers, you should have a lot of money or something background or some sponsors, because the same moment to create and to eat something, it's not easy. I can count just here on the canvases, I don't know, more than 50 or maybe 70 for sure, because a lot of pieces not in my gallery online, a lot of pieces I used to present, just give away. In canvas already more than 70 for sure, and a lot of without numbers, it was in the paper, like watercolor, ink, pastel. It's like, I don't know, thousands.
Wow.
For the whole life.
That's a lot.
Find a good sponsor. It's a number one. If you have no sponsor, you have to find a good job where you can combine to create art and work together. This is what I did with like modeling or to work in beauty industry and the same moment to paint. Solo exhibition, they should to look the dimension of the whole gallery, the size of the gallery. But for example, for the small group exhibition, around five people.
That's great. So what's your plan? What's your goals for the next few years?
I see myself very big. I have this exercise every time I write down all my wishes, all my dreams to the note, usually around New Year. And then in the end of the year, I read them and I thought, okay, this done, done, done. So To create my personal exhibition, it was like many years in my wish list. Um, I see myself what I want. I would like to sell all of this art and create new pieces. And I wish if the God will bless me to have my own property and finally to start creating oil, which is I want very much. And yeah, I like how tell to you. Many years I didn't accept acrylic, and then I found mixing variation. I talked to the professional how to mix, how it's supposed to be look like more bright and many more shadows of the color. Right now I know how to do in acrylic, but like oil, it's way more better. Plus oil, it's retouchable. So oil you can do restoration. Plus oil you have warranty of these art pieces 150 years.
Right.
That's why in museums you can see the oil. Even they go through museum. They have a restoration department. They retouch sometimes. In acrylic, it's impossible because it's most synthetic components. Because the oils, it's from the not organic. It's oxide of the metals. That's how they produce them. But in acrylic, it's not real to make retouchable. That's why usually it's warranty around 25, 30 years. And just for during this time, if you can enjoy it, enjoy. That's why the value of the oil colors more higher than in acrylic. But depends of the name of the artist, depends on the style.
Right.
And very like one more advice maybe for the artists, because for the last time I see a lot of trends like the people just wants to paint. It's okay just to paint, to open your soul to everything, but please maybe don't forget about we have techniques, we have rules of combination of the colors. um, to follow all the rules, then you can create a fine art. That's why I have just art, just for my soul painting, and have the position for the fine art. It means fine art. It's a quality of the art which is can go through many years, and you can to leave your touch in the history about your creation. So for your art become in this level, you should follow the rules. Don't shy to learn from the bigger artists. Don't shy to go to library, how I did, to open old books and to follow the all proportions and techniques how it's supposed to be. Because it's a lot of failure, even not correct mixing the color, it can just crack your art piece, and
Right.
then you waste all the material for no sense. And also we tell like before you just splash the color to the canvas, first of all try to learn and to copy of the masters. Then when you can go through the all I don't know how to tell, when you can copy the big masters, then you can do even wherever splash into your canvas wherever you want. But sometimes people forget, they just start from the splashing, but they have not know any idea about the tradition of the,
They don't know the framework.
they don't know anything about drawing. But I cannot judge them because the splash colors, this style came from United States, from the big artists, and then it's become trendy. Even right now in my last works, I start to use it, splashy colors. Even right here behind of me, but the same. I mix the drawing, the imprint, and plus splashing.
Right. What about like when you create your collections? Do you have like a certain theme that you go by, or is it just random? Like, do you have like one? Okay, I'm going to paint flower.
So one of my biggest inspiration is clean canvases on the frame already. When I look to them, sometimes great ideas, sometimes my idea inside of me many years, and then when I create the size, okay. But mostly the first my canvases, it was created just by amount what I can afford. because I used to buy everything myself, the same, like I used to buy separately fabric, linen fabric. Then I go to the master to create a frame. Then I put on the frame the linen. Then I did the foundation. Then after years, I found better master for the frames with better wood quality. And then, like last time, I just buy canvases already ready because I can buy. Before I couldn't. Before it was very, very economic. Before, when you touch canvas, you have to go through the sketch, like just to drawing a little bit with a pencil to see how it's gonna look like. Then you look to the size of the canvas. Okay, it's gonna be good, yes or no. And then just you start to touch a canvas because it was very expensive for me that time when I was young.
Right.
I'm still young, but when I was 17 and I used to be a student, plus I have to pay for everything, plus I'm a girl, I want to be beautiful outside, to dress nice, to put some makeup. And the moment when you're creating, it was like not much money to do this. It's very hard, but I think sometimes the hard way for me very interesting to, it's like challenge to myself. I can do it. If somebody did, I can do it also. And this is interesting because you know for sure, and you for sure can be in guarantee about what material you use to. For example, in China, when I create my collection, so I did my personal exhibitions in China. It was the first one in Guangzhou, second one it was in Ukraine, and here number three. So in China, I used to buy all the canvases. I bought the all canvases, and there was a problem mixing with a red color, just red flowers, and plus with my portrait. They never dry. I don't know what's happened, or some chemical ingredients or something together with canvas. So the foundation for the canvas, you should to find very right company who follow the all rules, because if something very synthetically or not correct proportions, so my oil doesn't dry even more than 1 year, it was still wet. So what to do? Through transportation, it was destroyed, and I just took the art knife. I cleaned the old flowers. I opened from the picture, from the photo shoot, what I did, and I just make a new one. Like I did retouching of the old flowers. So this is a risky trick when you don't know which is inside. So that's why when you do everything by your handmade, you know for sure it's supposed to be works. It's supposed to be dry at least 1 year, but it will be dry. And that time it didn't. So you can find me in Instagram. It's Marta, Marta, a lower dash, Alexandrovna. Then my online gallery shop, it's fineartma.com. Very easy.